excited about today's video because today I'm collaborating with Picmonic to talk to you about how I study with Picmonic, Nursing Student Edition. So I just wanted to introduce myself for those of you that don't know me and haven't seen any of my videos before. Hi, I'm Emma. I'm a senior nursing student at Chamberlain University. I'm currently taking pediatrics and nutrition, and I start my next block of 8-week classes in May, and I will be taking complex adult health or critical care and also evidence-based practice. I'm also going to be graduating this year, which is super exciting. It's such a long time coming. I wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of backstory before I talk about how I study with Picmonic. When I first started my Instagram and also my nursing student journey about 2 years ago, I created my Instagram at Emma the Future Nurse, and since I created that account, I've had so many other nursing students, pre-nursing students, people that are still in high school reach out to me and ask me how I study. That's probably my number one requested or asked question ever. And I always tell them the same exact answer. It is using multiple resources will help strengthen your knowledge base about that topic. Using different resources. I was told that in nursing school by numerous professors, and I really didn't understand what they meant until about a year ago when I first found Picmonic and when I first realized that, hey, I don't just have to use my textbook. I don't just have to use my lecture material to study for these exams. There are so many other resources out there that you can use to help benefit you, and Picmonic is one of them. I'm going to give you guys an example of how this works. So, for example, I'm in my pediatrics class, and in peds right now, we're talking about growth and development. And growth and development is such a huge aspect of pediatrics because everything you're doing as a nurse is pertaining to where that child is in their growth and development process. So if you don't know where they are or the stages and aspects of their growth and development, you're not going to know how to adequately take care of your patient. In lecture, my professor was lecturing over the information. She was just talking. She was maybe drawing some pictures, that kind of thing. And then I went to my textbook to read about it a little more. So I have the verbal aspect, and I also have, I'm seeing it with my own eyes. And then I was looking up at my Level Up RN card. So I have the visual aspect as well. So I'm hearing it, I'm seeing it, and I'm reading it. I'm doing it with everything. But Picmonic just pulls all of those together, and it helps you truly, genuinely understand the information. So nursing school is tough. Nursing school, there is so much information, and you are so overwhelmed with the amount of information. I am too. I am in an accelerated nursing program. Chamberlain's an accelerated nursing program. I have been doing class and school since the summer of 2019. I am tired, I am overworked, and I am overwhelmed. Picmonic has helped me so much since I found them a year ago. With that being said, I just want to talk about how I use Picmonic. So first way that I use Picmonic is honestly, it's a game. And that sounds so funny, but if you look at Picmonic, and if you've seen Picmonic before, you have all these cute little creatures and they're funny names, and while you're looking at these infographics and this animation, you're actually learning content that's related to nursing school. So it's a fun way to learn about nursing topics. If my boyfriend is watching TV, I'll put my AirPods in and I will just go through a couple of the questions. I will watch a couple of them and I'll answer some of the questions. And that maybe takes 10, 15, 20 minutes, not even, for me to go through and do it. So I use it as a game. So if you're on your phone and you have time, you can watch these and answer questions. And also, if you don't want to listen, you can read along too. You can also just utilize the questions area. Answering questions, and especially answering NCLEX style questions, is huge, and practicing questions is huge in nursing school. So Picmonic, using it as a game to practice your questions and to understand the questions and the rationales is huge. So that's one way that I like to use Picmonic. I like to use it as a game, as funny as that sounds.
Okay, so this is the Picmonic app, and I'm just logging into it. This is what the dashboard looks like. I just wanted to give you guys an overview. As you can see, I have been studying peds. I'm clicking on browse, and then as you can see, there are so many topics you guys can study and search for. I am choosing the peds just to show you guys what I have been studying. And then also you can study with your book. So they have a lot of nursing books on here, which is amazing. So when I was in health assessment, I was studying, the Jarvis book. So I did quite a bit of those Picmonics. And then also you can search for different things. So if you're unclear on a topic, I was unclear on vancomycin. So here I am doing the vancomycin one. And also I wanted to show you guys how I always remember it is because of this red man syndrome.
My second way that I like to use it is for clarification of unclear topics. So when I was in my mental health rotation, learning about all of these psychiatric disorders is a lot. It's confusing. There's so much information and how it works in the brain. But learning about the disorders and the differences between the disorders can be confusing because they all are very similar. So Picmonic has a great category where you can go through mental health disorders. You can also go through your frequently missed topics or things that you may not understand. They have that great feature as well. What I've actually have been doing is in my pediatric course, I've been going through their entire pediatrics module that they have. And they have this for a lot of nursing classes and most nursing classes. They have this for anatomy and physiology. They have this for medical terminology. For me, learning is a lot of visual. I need to see it. I need to see it, type it out, write it out. I need to be doing something with it where I can see it with my eyes. So Picmonic takes care of that because with their funny little pictures that they have, also I'm getting lectured on the material as well. And I really wouldn't call it a lecture because they're explaining it to you in an easy to understand way, and it's not boring because it just goes from point to point to point. They're not boring you with 6 minutes of information. Most of the Picmonics that I see and do are between 2 and 3 minutes long, which really isn't that bad. So if you take from the time that you start the Picmonic to the time that you're done answering the questions, you're probably going to I would say be around 3-4 minutes, and you can do this for the entire course that you're in. So like I said, I've been doing that for my pediatrics course, and I've been taking notes as well, and it's been helping me out a lot. For those of you that aren't the strongest in dosage calculations, they have an entire area, an entire Picmonic playlist where you can go through and practice your medication math, which is super helpful, especially for those of you who haven't started this already. I know when I was first doing dosage calculations in med math, it was so overwhelming. I remember asking my dad for help and crying because I didn't understand it. If I would have found Picmonic when we first started this whole dosage calculations thing, I would be in the clear. Thankfully, practice makes perfect, and I don't have an issue with this now, but this is a great aspect that Picmonic has. I used the pharmacology one for everything when I was in pharmacology. I got a B in pharm, and that B was very well earned and very well deserved, and I'm still proud of myself for it, and I owe a lot of it to Picmonic because I will always remember with vancomycin, you will see red man syndrome because of the red man guy. And I still can envision it to this day, which is awesome because of how Picmonic actually works. I like to study is with other resources. So right now, my pediatric instructor, she will actually send us an email of additional resources that we can use to help understand this information. And Picmonic is one of them. So when we were learning about the growth and development side, she was linking these specific Picmonics that go over growth and development for the different types of children. So you have the infant, toddler, school age, and adolescent. She linked all of those for us. I used them. I have the Picmonic account, so it was very beneficial for me. I have been doing the nursing.com modules as well, where it's essentially an additional lecture in addition to your lecture from school. So I use that as a review, but also within the resources of the nursing.com, they also have linked Picmonics that I use too. So a lot of these resources kind of connect together, which is awesome. I'm currently going over these antipsychotic drugs. And like I mentioned, you do have additional resources. So you have nursing.com and also Osmosis as well that also mention these in their lecture, but it's kind of cool that, Picmonic does mention them as well. So like I said, resources using resources. So that is how I am studying with Picmonic. If you guys have any questions about Picmonic, comment down below. Also, you can reach out to me on my Instagram at Emma the Future Nurse. If you are interested in using Picmonic, I do have a referral code for you. I'll link that down below. It gives you 20% off Picmonic when you do sign up. There also is a free trial that you can start if you are thinking about Picmonic but aren't 100% sure if you want to do Picmonic. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and shout out to Picmonic for sending me the cutest shirt ever. I really hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you follow me on my Instagram at Emma the Future Nurse, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.